This episode of The Patch is brought to you by GoDaddy.com. GoDaddy is here to get your website off the ground. It's easy. Start today with your $199.com domain. Simply visit GoDaddy.com and use the promo code PATCH. That's GoDaddy.com and promo code PATCH. Some limitations apply. See website for details. This episode of The Patch is also brought to you by Hulu Plus. Hulu Plus lets you binge on thousands of hit shows anytime, anywhere, on your TV, PC, smartphone, or tablet. Support this podcast and get an extended free trial of Hulu Plus when you go to huluplus.com/roosterteeth. That's huluplus.com/roosterteeth.
Hello and welcome to The Patch, Rooster Teeth Gaming Podcast.
Did you forget the name of it then?
No, I was pausing for dramatic effect. These two were leaning in, and we had 30 seconds left till air. You guys had to take a break from leaning in because it was too hard to lean in.
Well, Gavin took it.
Yeah, I
he stood back
10
up.
seconds until, so I went back and relaxed for a little bit.
You're like, okay. you complained about it and go, 10 seconds. Like you couldn't possibly be bothered.
Unprofessional.
Nice shirt, Ray.
Thanks, man. I'm representing you.
Yeah, I didn't get my X-ray one yet.
Yeah.
Why not?
I forgot to order it. Ray ordered like 5 shirts, so.
My whole closet is just our stuff.
So when you ordered, did you buy them or you just ordered them? What did you do it through Emily?
Yeah.
Okay, because Emily's our store manager.
She helps us out.
I always feel bad like putting in massive chunks.
I did for like the first few months I worked here.
Yeah.
But
No, don't.
yeah. See?
I mean, this is one of the rare instances where you're not wearing a Rooster Teeth shirt.
This is my laundry shirt because I'm all out of Rooster Teeth merch.
I like this. This is like a little
This
pocket.
is my little coin pocket.
It seems like it has too
like
many buttons for you.
Yeah, this is kind of as
You have a pocket right here. What do you put there?
It's for a,
And look at this. Can you get on this? This is like fake buttons. It's like this part doesn't actually cross over the other part. I'm messing your mic up, but this doesn't go across there at all. It's just like it looks like you could button it.
Here's what we should do, right? We should talk about games.
All right.
All right, let's do that.
Let's talk about the 2DS.
That's the first thing. Everyone on Twitter is telling us we have to talk about the 2DS. So today, Nintendo made 2 announcements. They announced, first of all, that the Wii U, maybe they do this first, we're going to talk about it first because it'll take 2 seconds. The Wii U is dropping $50 in price.
Is that the fastest console drop in recent memory?
The success
Has it been
of
a
the
year
Wii
yet?
compared to the Wii U must have everyone in Nintendo.
It's opposite, right?
serious.
Like the Wii was like this, and the Wii U is like kind of.
I remember the Wii as being, the hardware being out of stock for like
Ever.
6 months to a year after the console came out.
Yeah.
Whereas the Wii U last year, I bought one 2 days before Christmas at a Target.
Yeah, you just went to a store and bought it.
Yeah.
Well, let's be fair, the Wii was just a blip for Nintendo, right? Because it was like NES, Super Nintendo, blah, 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 N64, GameCube, Wii, and now it's going back down again.
Oh, you mean it was a
I think
aberration?
every single console
Yeah.
did less well.
The GameCube went
I
pretty
think-
far down.
Yeah. I
But the
think everything
N64
else sold pretty well. The NES, Super Nintendo, N64 did fine.
The handhelds always did
But
well.
I was going to
Handhelds
say, but in the
sucks,
middle
yeah.
of all that, they've been selling the handhelds. They've
Yeah.
been selling the DS for a while now, and the Game Boy.
The most sold console is still the PS2, right? Or is it?
Yeah,
I
I
think
think
it
the
is
PS2 is like 170 million worldwide units.
I think the most sold game is Wii Sports. Sold game.
Yeah, that's I think like 75 million units.
Yup.
Of one game.
Of Wii
Well, I
Sports
can't
sold.
package with the thing, so but they
And so
count that.
it counts as sold units. Yeah.
Yeah, fair play.
Yeah.
Yeah, even the Super Mario Brothers, even that one, which
The bundle that came with Duck Hunt.
yeah, it came on the NES, but it's also been sold in a lot of different iterations.
Yeah.
Over time, a lot of different platforms you can play Super Mario Brothers on. But even so, Wii Sports is still the #1 selling game of all time.
Killing it. But
Did you play Wii Sports?
I did. I had a Wii for all of like 2 weeks.
Did you, everyone I know who's bought one played it for half an hour, 40 minutes, and then...
Wii Sports was fun. It was a fun packing
Wii
game.
Sports
but
is a
after that,
blast.
after that, it's like, at least for me anyway. I mean, I know there's stuff like Super Mario Galaxy, and even stuff like what was the black and white game that I can't remember? It was really gory, and it's gonna bother
it was
me.
like an adult-rated
Yes, I
Wii
can't
game.
even remember it, but it was really good. But I mean, it's just like a lot of it was shovelware. Nobody.
But did you ever play Wii Sports Resort? That's what they put out when they made the.
Oh, the Motion Plus. That was
Motion
also
Plus,
fun.
yeah.
So what did that actually do, that Motion Plus thing?
It
Did
made
just-
it more one-to-one of like your movement with
Made it
the
more
cursor on
accurate.
screen. Yeah, gave you like a greater
Mad
definition
World.
of movement.
That was the game. Mad World.
Mad World.
I remembered. The black and white gory game.
Don't remember that. I was
Pretty
thinking,
good.
was it Red Steel? Was the
Red
one
Steel was the one with the katana.
Yeah.
And then the second one was like a Western shooter.
Yeah, that's the thing with those motion control games is as soon as they announced them, everyone was like, "Oh, I hope they make a lightsaber game," and that was everybody's idea was to
Yep.
make a sword game because that's essentially what everyone felt like holding the controller.
And it's never 1-to-1. Like, it's never going to be.
No.
I don't know.
I mean, honestly, the best experience I ever had with any kind of motion controller game was Wii Sports.
Yep.
They had the bowling game, which was great.
Tennis was good too.
I thought it was okay. I wasn't a big fan of that one. But I liked also the alternative bowling games where you had like 100 pins. That was a blast. Did you ever play that one?
No.
Yeah,
It was
you had a bowling alley, but you had 100 pins at the end. And so you just like knocked the crap out of it.
It was like a separate challenge mode. Pretty fun.
It was fun. And then Wii Resort I thought was fun, where they had the dog fighting playing game, and then they had the fencing game. That was the best sword game I ever played on the Wii ever.
Yeah.
Was that. But it was interesting because they put that console out during the high definition push. It wasn't high def, it was standard def.
Yeah, the best you can do is component cables.
Yeah, as good as it got.
Nintendo always did a good job of making
Composite cables, not
Composite,
yeah,
composite,
not even
sorry.
component.
They always did a good job of making their characters look like they didn't need to be HD. Like, everything's so like plump and round that Mario looks the same whatever you play on.
Yeah.
The fact that he's HD on Wii U is
it's kind of off-putting and weird.
It's weird.
But
So I like the Wii U. I'm not a fan of motion controlling at all. I think I've talked about how much
I
not a
like
fan
it.
of the
There's
Kinect or the
nothing I
Move.
want to play for it.
Yeah.
right
Well, there's some good stuff on the Wii U, but I think it's an innovative platform, and I think the story there's just no games for it.
There's no games. Though.
And
They have stuff coming out. I mean, they have like Super Smash Brothers and the Wind Waker remake, but they don't have those now. That's probably why they need the price drop. Like, nobody's buying them.
And they haven't had anything in a long time. Like
Nothing I can think of.
They had the Wario game that came out a few months
Yeah.
ago.
Did they bollocks that up by not having Super Smash Brothers? Was that meant to be a launch and they didn't?
I
like, why wouldn't they
don't
put that
think
at launch?
so.
No, I don't think so either.
I don't think it was a launch for GameCube either. It came
wasn't?
out close to launch, or maybe it was a launch. I know it came out pretty close.
That was the game I had when I
Yeah.
bought.
Well,
the
even
GameCube.
Brawl on the Wii came out later, I think. But yeah, they need something.
And typically, a lot of the with Gamescom just passing, a lot of the consoles now we're starting to learn their launch lineups.
Yeah.
And I think they're both pretty impressive. I'm used to honestly with a launch title or the lineup, I'm used to most of the titles looking like something like Rise. Rise to me on the Xbox One looks like the most launch-ish game. It kind of looks like, okay, this thing's a step up, but it's still obviously
pretty. All the combat looked like it was QuickTime events. I'm not sure if that's 100% true.
Yeah, and it looks like some about I don't know how to explain it. It looks super clean, you know, like it doesn't have the grittiness or the fine edges that a console game will have 2 years into the development cycle, you know, or something like that. Let's talk about the 2DS though, and then we'll come back. We'll talk. There's Rise right there.
Hey.
Yeah, like I look at that and I think of like that screenshot. It reminds me of like something like Condemned that came out on the Xbox 360.
Really like that game.
Or even like Zombie U on the Wii U. Did
Yeah.
you ever play that?
Yeah, briefly.
It's like I don't know. I get the feeling like that with Rise, and I haven't played Rise, so there's nothing to justify this. But I feel like it's going to be like an incomplete game. Like it's not going to feel completely polished, you know?
Yeah, but I mean, at least that's not like their big game. I mean, you got stuff like Watch Dogs and Assassin's Creed 4 all coming out for the system.
Yeah.
Dead Rising.
Titanfall.
Dead Rising 3. Titanfall's not a launch, but it's coming out.
I'm most excited about Dead Rising 3 of all the launch.
Very, very
stuff.
excited for that.
That game we were just talking about doesn't do
Rise?
anything
I mean, I'll check it out.
Yeah. You want to read it? Let's read the launch
to me.
titles
Pretty
for
solid
Xbox
launch
One.
lineup though.
Yeah, for both of them.
Yeah.
I want to say the Xbox 360 launched with like about 8 titles. Is that right? Everybody remembers different ones. Like
I think it's a
was it,
lot.
like
A lot of them
Cameo
are
and
cross.
Perfect Dark
Oh, the
and-
360, you mean?
yeah, the 360.
Oh yeah, It's like Perfect Dark, Call of Duty 2,
Cameo.
Cameo,
Was King Kong one or was that
King
later?
Kong,
Kong.
the 4 sports games. I think there's 4.
And
so
all of
that's
those
8.
games had very interesting achievements compared to what achievements look like these
Yeah.
nowadays.
The weirdest-
Condemned was at 970. That's what it maxed out at.
That's
Did they ever
crazy.
add the-
Is that the only game that's ever like gone below the
No,
max?
Lord of the Rings Battle for Middle-earth 2 is the RTS, and I think it maxes out at like 620 something. Like some really
If I'm into a gamer score, I'd feel hacked off that they're doing me out of gamer score.
If you get all the achievements, a completion's a completion, man.
yeah, you're into the
Yeah.
completions individually, yeah.
Yeah, it's
Okay,
really weird.
this is as of August 26th. This is being reported. Sony PlayStation 4 launch titles: Assassin's Creed Black Flag, Battlefield 4, Call of Duty Ghosts, Drive Club, FIFA 14, Just Dance, Killzone. That's exclusive.
Killzone looks good.
Knack, Lego Marvel, Madden 25, NBA 2K14, NBA Live, Need for Speed, Skylanders, and Watch Dogs. And then download only will be Basement Crawl, Blacklight, Contrast, Counter Spy, DC Universe, Doki Doki, Flower,
Doki Doki.
N plus,
N plus plus?
yeah. Minecraft going to PS4 is a big deal.
Yeah.
PlanetSide 2, Pinball Arcade, Pool Nation, Resogun, Super Motherload, Tiny Brains, War Thunder, and Warframe. Xbox One will have Assassin's Creed Black Flag, Battlefield 4, Call of Duty Ghosts, Crimson Dragon, Dead Rising 3, that's exclusive.
Yep.
FIFA 14,
So is Crimson Dragon.
Fighter Within, Forza, Just Dance, Killer Instinct, Lego Marvel, Loco Cycle, that's a Twisted Pixel game, Madden 25, NBA 2K, NBA Live, Need for Speed, Peggle 2. You gotta be excited
Peggle
about
2.
that.
Very
Peggle
excited.
2 is I think it's kind of like a killer app.
Yeah.
Like they're kind of, I don't know. I think it's a big deal. It's on
Did
a
you play
PlayStation
Plants
4.
vs. Zombies 2 yet?
Yeah.
Yeah, what do you think?
I like it a lot. It's hard to play on my phone because it's a small screen, but I'm really enjoying it.
Yeah?
I mean, I haven't bought anything yet.
Jeff looks so stressed out when he's playing it. He's like
yeah.
I can't tell whether he's shaking from fear or whether his thumbs.
Is he playing it
just-
on a phone or like an iPad or something?
He's playing on his phone.
Okay, yeah. I don't know. It's fun. I know people made a big deal about having to pay for stuff, but I played for like 2 hours. Haven't had to buy anything yet.
That little trailer of Peggle 2 though, it got me all moist.
Yeah.
Jeez.
I played the knobs out of Peggle.
Every time there's an excitement level for gamers, it's always about body fluids.
Yeah.
It doesn't always have to be that way.
I guess not.
Doesn't always.
We could keep it clean if we wanted
Yeah,
to.
but nah.
Finishing out the Power Star Golf on Xbox One, Rise, the game we just
Yep.
showed. Skylanders, Watch Dogs, Zoo Tycoon,
Killer app, Zoo Tycoon.
Zumba Fitness. Don't forget that.
I can't forget that.
If it was Zumba Fitness, that'd be awesome.
Yeah.
Because you play that game, like throwing little marbles and stuff. So both consoles have a lot of titles coming out. A lot of titles.
They're really, really good launch lineups. Whichever one you get, you got some quality stuff there.
Let's come back to this discussion too, because I want to talk about they're talking about now calculating the difference in PS4 pre-orders versus Xbox One pre-orders, and the way they're doing that is by showing not the consoles, but the titles that are being pre-ordered for those consoles, because those numbers are published, and they can.
But can't you can download games on the consoles like day one, right? So maybe people just aren't reserving games. Like I think. I don't know.
But I still think I don't know if the consumers have caught up with that yet. I think pre-ordering is still a big part of it. You know. Okay, but let's talk about the 2DS.
Yeah.
So Nintendo, after they announced the Wii U price drop of $50, which I hope more people buy the Wii U,
Yeah.
and hopefully they'll
I
make
still
more
think
games.
that's the fastest price drop of like a console that I can think of. Has
What's
it been
it-
a year
the,
yet?
Yeah, it's been a year because it was out of. It's coming up in a year. No, because it was out of Christmas.
Less than a year, yeah.
Well, in the UK, the Xbox One came down almost immediately.
The original Xbox?
Yeah.
One? Can't say Xbox One.
Oh, it's true.
Confusing people.
Dummy.
Like immediately, really?
Yeah, and to all the people that bought it at full price, Microsoft then said, all right, you get a free controller and 2 games of your choice to make up for it.
That's pretty cool.
And it was, I think, within a month. I can't remember the exact.
Fuck.
I was like 12 or
Yeah.
whatever, however old I was.
It's like 20 years ago.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was released, at least in the U.S., November 18th, 2012.
So that's the 2DS. So the 2DS.
Released? No, this
No,
is
that's
the Wii U.
the Wii U. So it hasn't been a year
It
yet.
released in
It's only been like half a year.
North America before Japan.
That's weird.
Almost a full
So
2
the
weeks.
2DS is a way to play 3DS games without the 3D part.
Yeah,
Which I get.
The advertisement was like, play your 3DS games and DS games in 2D. You use my pink DS?
Because it's raised pink DS. So
Yeah.
there's the 2DS. Now the important thing to note here is it doesn't fold up.
Look at the size of the pouch. It looks like a Reddit.
That's
funny
not gonna
Reddit
fit in your
image.
pocket. Like that's not portable.
Yeah.
You can't.
No.
Are they going to put a pedometer in that? How are you going to?
Yeah, right. I mean, like, why would they put a pedometer in something that you're not going to be carrying?
that
around?
also- fit
Also,
in any
like
pocket.
the analog stick and the buttons are like on the top half of the screen.
So you have to like kind of hold it on the side.
Yeah,
it
it
doesn't
looks
fit under.
bizarre.
And also,
What?
Also what?
Also what? Why'd you stop talking?
also when I play my 3DS, I don't ever have the screen completely flat. I think sometimes I play with it angled, just like I lean back. and
Yeah, I
do
play
this.
with it angled too.
But you can't angle this.
No, you have to literally like.
No, it's
Yeah, you have to
flat.
like open it like this and then
Like, you get a bit of-
like this and play like
You
this.
get a bit of glare, and then you're suddenly.
Yeah,
It
I
just
play like
seems-
this.
It seems like a joke. And in the article that was announcing it, at the bottom they had to say,
Yeah.
"This is not a joke."
In the joystick article, that
Yeah.
was the last line.
Which
This is
says
not
a
a
lot.
joke. Yeah.
Who said that?
The article that.
Yeah, but Nintendo didn't say
No,
that.
no, that was in the joystick article.
No, give me some Nintendo did it.
Nintendo 2DS, lol.
Well, it's funny because, I mean, even the name sounds like a joke because they had the Nintendo DS,
Then
then they had the Nintendo 3DS.
and they missed the middle.
And yeah, so now they're coming back to the 2DS, which already existed. This is just a new version
Yeah.
of the DS, is what it is.
I think it's gonna sell a shit ton though.
I think it will too.
Yeah.
I think what they said was, if I recall correctly, when the 3D feature came out on the 3DS, that they determined that it could actually harm vision
Yeah,
of
yeah.
younger people.
When I worked at GameStop, we were forced to tell parents that.
Right.
Yeah.
That if you're buying it for a 5-year-old, and
Something
they're
about their eyes and they suck.
Ah.
Like grow up and get better eyes. Pretty
I've
much.
only ever played with the 3D turned off.
Yeah, I actually never played with the 3D turned on. I like 3D.
What I do
All right,
is
okay, that's an important point. We can't gloss over this.
Yeah. What?
We're making fun of this thing for coming out for a 3DS with no 3D function. Do you ever play with 3D on?
no.
Do you?
No.
I don't either.
That's not the thing though.
I do not.
I'm talking about the shape of the thing.
I get you.
The shape is a huge thing.
It's an interesting clump.
You think they're trying to make it look like? Because if you look at it, it almost looks like
It's comical.
it almost looks like if
Looks
Fisher
like a ramp.
Price made an iPad.
So
That's
they-
what it would be.
So chances are they
the
had to make
buttons
it.
are like, on the top 10% of them.
They had to make it cheap, right? That's the whole point of it.
It's $120 or $130.
So the
129.
hinges are expensive.
What? You think that's the?
Why they?
This is where all the money's at, right there.
Yeah.
That's the money.
Man, where's my DS?
I don't
even
know.
I'm
Mine
definitely
creaks
gonna.
like a bitch.
As soon as I'm
Listen
gonna
to
buy
this
one,
thing.
and I'm gonna release a video saying how to mod your
Yeah.
2DS. I'm gonna saw it. I'm gonna put a door hinge on the back. It's gonna be great.
tape
You
it
should
up.
absolutely do
Yeah.
that.
Elmer's
Here,
glue.
Listen to mine when it opens.
Wow.
Ooh.
Yeah, it's like I'm opening a door in a haunted house. I don't
See, that's what you're paying for. Sound effects.
Yeah, but I won't have that with my 2DS.
It
I'm
comes
sad.
out. Are you gonna buy a 2DS?
Listen, if I was going to buy anything,
This works
is
fine.
this is a massive device. I mean, it
Well, that's
doesn't
the
even-
XL.
This is
This
the
is the
XL.
XL.
So if I was going to buy anything, I would buy. I only use my DS for street passing. That's 100% of what I use it for.
Well, I mean, I use it too. I have a route I walk every day around the office. Okay, you, Gus,
What?
Jordan, Chris,
You guys are lunatics.
Miles, Carrie.
You're so weird.
Anybody
Street
else?
passing is so much fun.
Street
so
passing is
weird.
addicting.
So much fun.
I finished Find Me. That was pretty cool.
Yeah?
Yeah.
So
Thanks.
I
Shout out to
decided
Carrie.
I'm not gonna get a 2DS. I'm gonna wait for the 2DS XL to come
Yeah.
out. So
That thing's gonna be like the size of this laptop. It comes out the same day as I think Pokemon X and Y, which I think will help push the sales.
So they're gonna bundle that shit in.
I don't know if they're gonna bundle it, but I mean, it's
They
like
should.
for kids who want the new.
Although this Pokemon is the first 3D one, right? It's the first
The first one, yeah. that you can-
non-top
yeah.
down.
I mean, and for a lot of people, a DS is a
Pokemon
Pokemon
device.
delivery device.
Yeah.
Yeah, is what it is. So, well, and at the end of the day, if Nintendo wants to make this thing, who cares, right? Because they're not gonna. Are they gonna halt production on this?
No.
No, because they're still gonna have the 3DS
Yeah.
in the market. So,
My
they're
only
gonna
thing
make
is, it's
something-
just a weird shape. That's just I don't get the. I don't know the
is,
size
it's-
and the fact that it doesn't fold.
It looks wrong. But
Like
I'm sure
this is
actually,
barely portable. This barely fits in your pocket. That
Yeah.
thing will not fit in your pocket unless you
actually-
have MC Hammer parachute pants.
I can't walk around with mine in my pocket because it pulls my shorts down.
We'll get a belt.
But I will say this: you absolutely cannot discount the importance of launching a hardware product to these companies, because if you look at just Microsoft alone, the Red Ring of Death was what pushed essentially Peter Moore out of Xbox as the head of Xbox, and then the
He's at EA now, right?
Yeah, he's at EA. And then the Xbox One, we had a change of regime after all that stuff went down. And then it was this week, it was announced that the board of directors ousted Steve Ballmer as the head of Microsoft because of a $900 million loss they were taking because of Surface.
Well,
Yeah, so, I mean, it's like you can. I mean, Microsoft has a lot of very profitable.
That's a tablet, right?
Yes, that's
Okay.
the tablet. That's their tablet platform that they have.
So all of the surface is it dead?
I wouldn't say it's dead. It's actually it's like people who use Windows Phone. They like it a lot, but it's just not catching the call. I've never used one. I used one for
Well, the ones
20
that-
minutes to play Halo Spartan Assault, and it was
That just
perfectly-
added controller support.
And I also saw somebody said, "Hey, coming soon," and they had like an Xbox-looking screen for Spartan Assault.
Oh,
Is
really?
it making its way to Xbox?
I don't know. I mean, with the addition of a controller support, you would think maybe in the future.
This was a
people
public
play it.
link I saw. Like it was
Yeah.
on Twitter. Somebody posted that, and they were really excited about it. Like it was retweeted by BS Angel, I think, is what it was. Let me take a look at that. But real quick,
Yeah.
Nintendo 2DS. Any interest at all? You gonna buy it?
Nah, it's more made for kids, I think. Especially since you can't go 3D, and that was like a big issue with like younger kids. And it comes out the same day as Pokemon.
And you'll play that on your big S.
I'll play it on this
3DS.
big ass thing. It works fine.
This is big. I like it. This is a big
I
S
love
thing
it.
though.
Yeah, it is pretty big.
Yeah, it's pretty.
Barely
monstrous.
fits in my back pocket.
And for me, as someone who uses it primarily for street passing,
Yeah.
it's a little big. If they made a smaller DS, like a DS XL Mini, which I guess that's the way they're gonna name it,
You mean the 3DS when it originally came out?
or like the
The
Nintendo
3DSi,
DS.
yeah.
So is now, can we call the Nintendo DS the Nintendo 1 DS? Is that what that is?
I'm
I get-
confused, guys.
Well,
It's
the
just a
Nintendo
DS.
DS is a 2D platform.
Yeah.
Then they make the 3DS as a playoff of 2DS.
Yeah.
Now when they come out with a new one that's just 2D,
Wait, what's 2DS?
there is, what do you mean that's 2DS?
You just said 2DS.
No, when they came out with the 3DS.
Yeah.
And then
Off of-
now they have the Nintendo 2DS, the one they made.
Yeah.
But they already had the DS, the Nintendo DS.
Following?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, okay.
The,
So
the
they-
funny thing is that the D in DS is dual, so it's like dual 2 at S.
It's
Sure.
Two dual S.
2 screens, 2 dimensions, the 2DS.
All right. Well, this episode of The Patch is brought to you by GoDaddy.com. GoDaddy is here to get your website off the ground. It's easy. Start today with your $199.com domain. Simply visit GoDaddy.com and use the promo code PATCH. That's GoDaddy.com and promo code PATCH. Some limitations apply, see the website for details. And they have a new feature. It's their express purchase pathway. It's essentially where you have an account, so if you ever register multiple domains, you can go back in and do that. Because I can tell you that over the course of our history together, both Jeff, Gus, and I have probably registered about 60 different domains just for random ideas that we have. Jeff was talking today about having an idea for Let's Build, and he had it in the shower, and he jumped out and like typed it on his phone before he forgot it. I have done that actually with domain names, where I have a funny idea or a title for something. I see, and I just go to see if the domain name's available, and then just register it. And then I come back sometimes and look at my list of registered domain names, and I'm like, oh, that was a good idea for a show. Yeah, we should do that one. So
It's like a permanent notebook.
do you have that? Do you have any registered domains yourself?
Yeah, I've forgotten all of them.
What is it? If I go to gavinfree.com, this is being broadcast live. What is gavinfree.com?
I have no idea.
You have a pretty unique name.
Look it up.
Let me see.
Don't go to my name. I promise you don't go to my name.
I will not. I will
Good.
not go to your name.
I like
especially
that,
with the junior on the end.
Yeah, don't do that.
Something full sexual penetrative. What is it? Full penetrative intercourse.
Just a picture of you.
There's a picture of me.com.
That's funny.
This is gavinfree.com is just a red tiled background that says my site. That's it. It even has almost like a raindrop. It looks like it could be something still from your slow-mo guys.
Yeah, it's not.
Thing.
I didn't have nothing to do with that.
So you should go on there and register. If you want to go to GoDaddy.com and register, you can go to the
That's my website.
gavinfree.com right now, and that is his site description. We're showing it up on the screen here. It's just a
Is that like-
raindrop.
Oh, okay. I thought that was blood.
I gotta admit, it's actually a pretty cool looking background on the
It's like
TV there.
goop below the drop.
I don't know. It's probably, you tell us.
Yeah, here's your website.
You're the water droplet.
Play any Splinter Cell, right?
Just what we filmed. That's it. I haven't played it on my own.
You don't like stealth games, do you?
No, I'm really bad. I'm not patient at all.
Game
I'm
is so
really,
hard.
really not patient.
I panic in that game.
Yeah.
That game is because this
how
is
I'm
my
in-
thing.
that's how I'm in Payday.
This is my thing with games. The A button does everything.
Yeah.
So I'm running through a doorway, like someone's just seen me, so I'm like, bollocks, I run through a door. I want to close the door and turn the light off. Instead, I open a window, I jump up onto a pipe in the ceiling, I'm like,
You're
"Get
hanging upside down,
close
it's
the
the
window,
whole
and then the
thing.
light's like, tick, 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 tick. I was like, God damn, everything's A.
Can I tell you something? Now that you've said that about that game, I have not played it. I have no experience with it.
very
I will
good.
now not play the game because you said that. Because
No,
that's
you
one of
totally
my
should.
that's one of my biggest pet peeves in games, though, Ray, is when they
One
make
button that
one
does so
button
many
does
things.
everything. What's the worst game for you for that?
Call of Duty, the action button for zombies is X, but it's also like pick some up off the wall or something like that. So
Yeah.
if you're like positioned incorrectly and you want to open a door, but you buy a weapon off the wall and then you don't have enough money to open the door, and you're like, fuck. Yeah.
Man,
We've had issues with, because we were going back between Blacklist and Rainbow Six Vegas. Which
Rainbow
we
Six
randomly-
Vegas, too, that
we,
came out
we
6
decided to
years
do all the
ago.
terrorist hunts. And that game, both Ubisoft games, going from Splinter Cell to Rainbow Six Vegas, left trigger is cover, so all of a sudden you look down the sight, it's like, you're sucked against the wall. It's like, God damn it. B is grenade, so when I press B to go behind cover, like
Yep.
I do in Splinter Cell,
You throw
I
a
throw a
grenade.
grenade at the wall. It's like, for God's sake.
Isn't
Those
every-
games are by far the worst to play back to back.
That's like
any
a first
two
world
games.
problem, right? Like I've played
Yeah.
so many games, I can't remember the
But
controls.
that is by far the worst combination of games to play back to back.
some
Unbelievable.
iterations of Halo are like that, where the right bumper is
Right.
reload or punch.
Yeah.
Which are two totally different things to do.
But that won't kill you.
No,
Yeah.
Probably not, or your teammates. Probably not.
Yeah.
Well,
It'll
I've
just
played
make
on
you
Bumper
die.
Jumper since Halo 3, so
Oh, you
it's
have?
been pretty consistent.
Yeah.
In Halo 4, Bumper Jumper A is sprint, so I have to I hold the controller like this to sprint. I don't know if I should
Show the camera.
I put my finger right here and I hold it down to sprint, so I can move and aim at the same time.
How do you normally hold the controller?
I hold it normally like this.
So you
but
consider
then,
that to be
but then
normal?
but for
So you have one finger on the bumper and one on the trigger?
yeah, like this.
Give me the thing?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't do that.
You don't do that?
I'm like this.
Same thing with Minecraft.
These are unused.
So show me, you have two fingers out here like that?
I hold it like this.
Yeah. Did you start off playing PlayStation?
Yes.
Okay.
And
a lot of PlayStation gamers hold the
Xbox,
controller
yeah,
like that.
because the triggers,
Yeah.
L2, R2. Yeah, and then for Minecraft, do the same thing. I play like this. So I can sprint and then just jump.
Yeah.
You're also saying that you always turn off vibration.
Yeah, I've had vibration turned off on all controllers since Halo 2.
Yeah. I just
See,
hold it like this.
I'm
That's
actually
it.
excited about the vibration they've put in the new controls. And
It's
how they
pretty
can-
cool.
And
I know I'm going to turn it off, but it's pretty cool.
And what they said that a lot of shooting games are going to do is when you're about to run out of your bullets for your clip,
Your magazine,
to
yeah.
reload it will just vibrate that trigger.
That'd be
To
pretty
need to
cool.
reload.
I may put actually vibration back on.
Yeah.
Yeah, because in Halo 2 I was shit, and I always thought it's like my battle rifle's off because I get hit and I the controller jiggles, and I turned it off and I did better. Maybe it's a placebo thing, but I've never turned it back on since.
Really?
Yeah.
I can't imagine playing without the feedback.
It's Halo 2, yeah.
Have you guys had an experience with the Xbox One controller yet?
I have not touched it. You have?
Yeah, I have. It was really cool.
You were at E3, right?
Yeah, at E3, and I went to a Microsoft store and they had a demo where it was just like a ball bouncing on 4 shelves,
right?
Like top left, top right, bottom left, bottom right, and wherever the ball bounced, it vibrated. So if it bounced on the top left, the controller would vibrate from the left analog stick and by the bumper. It was pretty cool.
Yeah. A big thing that they talk about is like how because the battery is now sunken into the thing.
Right.
There's a lot. It's a lot more of a curve down here, so it makes it easy to hold with one hand.
Yeah.
For each hand, so it's like much more comfortable to hold. I'm really excited about the new.
It's a cool
There's
controller.
a picture of it up on the screen right now. The thing I'm least excited about are the buttons because they're flatter and they feel bigger as a result, like wider.
What? Oh, the face buttons.
The AXYB, yeah.
They're not bigger though, are they?
No.
They're just closer together.
I can say from holding this to holding that, it's not natural thing.
I think they just moved them slightly closer to each other.
I did adjust pretty quickly. The demo that I remember at E3 that really was amazing to me is all the different vibration servos in it. There was one where it simulated you were holding a beating heart in your hands.
Oh, yeah.
So like it like the vibration went across the controller like this, and it felt like I was holding a moving thing in my hand. So
it was pretty cool.
It was very cool. And then the feedback on the triggers was great too. That was a fun.
I'm excited for the
experience.
controller.
Yeah, me too.
So, okay, while we're back to talking about Xbox, and it always leads to discussions about PS4 as well.
Yeah, as it should.
Yeah, it's where we are these days. So, the PS4 versus Xbox One pre-orders, the way they've done this is
Game sales.
VG Charts did this.
Game reserves.
Yeah, they did game reserves, top 10 pre-orders for titles that are coming on PS4, top 10 pre-orders that are coming out on Xbox One. I was surprised to see at the bottom of the Xbox One pre-order list was Titanfall.
Really?
Even though it's not a launch title.
Yeah.
Even though it's not a launch title, I would assume that Titanfall would be just
maybe because it's not a launch title.
loads of pre-orders on it. I guess if people are right now, they're pre-ordering
people are just want to
hardware.
get
Yeah, probably.
and probably games they know are coming out.
But just based on that, they estimate that, just based on titles, that the pre-orders for PlayStation 4 are outpacing the Xbox One by 1.7 to 1. So not quite double, but significantly higher.
Well, that was because Microsoft had the whole everything that they had to fix, like the DRM and all that stuff. Mm-hmm. So I can see why people
I have a
reserve the
PS4
place. Plus, the
pre-order.
PlayStation 4 looks awesome.
Dude, if I was a Sony marketing person now, like now with the 2DS too and Nintendo, I mean, if I was working at marketing at Sony, I would just be like, look, here's the meeting. We're not saying anything. We're not going to say
They
a
don't
word.
need to.
We're just going to say a console's coming out, it's coming out on a date, and it's going to cost some amount of money. And then that's it. That's all they need to say.
The last thing they need to say is everything that they said at Gamescom about the release date, the PlayStation 4, the Vita,
I wouldn't
and
even
everything.
tell people what the release date is. Just give us some money, and we'll
They're
ship you
looking
a
good.
console when it's out. That's all there is
I
to it.
definitely want to get one.
They updated my PS4 pre-order on Amazon, and now it says I should get it before the first of the year. Sometime. I ordered it like 3 weeks ago.
Oh, all right.
You got the
PS4.
email to say that the shipping date had changed.
As soon as they announced it at Gamescom, which, by the way, Gamescom, they're saying that they had 340,000 visitors.
Is that unique visitors or?
Yeah, that's all they're saying is
Okay.
340,000 visitors. That's hard to imagine. 340,000
It's a pretty big thing.
people. I know it's a big thing.
Yeah.
340,000 people is a lot of people.
Yeah.
And a lot of those cons, the way they calculate that, it's always not straight. But yeah, it's a huge event, especially in a country, Germany, where most of the players in Germany are PC.
Right.
Like, I mean, and this is a very console-heavy year. What are you gonna say?
Like 340,000 people, and in Germany of all places.
Yeah, who goes? I didn't even know Germany was a real place. But it's interesting to see. I got really excited about a feature that Sony announced for the PS4.
Yeah.
You and I were talking about it, where if you buy a digital title, which you know that I like,
Yeah.
if you buy a digital title on your smartphone through the PSN, then it wakes up your console at home.
That's cool.
Yeah.
And it downloads the title.
So you can just you'll be in the car on the way home and it'll be ready when you get back.
Yep.
That is
I
cool.
want to buy Killzone. Boop, you get home, it's already downloaded.
It's ready to
That's
go.
like, I mean, it's not like a major thing, but it's like just a little thing that like I wish the one had. Like that's really cool.
That is really
Yeah.
cool.
And I mean, Microsoft has like smart glass. I don't
Right.
understand why they can't do that.
Yeah, and they're integrating in the games like Dead Rising.
Yeah,
the
it's true.
smart-
And
the
you
smart
can't
glass
just.
stuff.
That's so cool.
I don't use smart
I'm
glass
really
as
jealous
much anymore.
of Sony right now.
Wait, you're gonna play Dead Rising 3?
I will.
I saw some of the demo features of the way they use smart glass with Dead Rising 3, and it's
Is it pretty cool?
It's
I didn't
badass.
watch that video.
Yeah.
I watch every Dead Rising video. And I
Like
somehow missed that one.
the guy has a phone in the game, and your phone looks like his phone, so you pull it up and
That's
you do
pretty
stuff.
cool.
That'd be great
Yeah.
for GTA as well if they did that.
Yeah, would the phones look the same?
Yeah.
Also, it'd be great on GTA if you didn't have to go into campaign to go to multiplayer.
It would also be great if the menu was always the menu. start, you shouldn't have a menu that you have to find in the game to do
like
something.
the phone, you
like
mean?
the phone thing.
Isn't it
or
like up on the D-pad to bring it up or something? Or is it start?
Yeah, but to get into multiplayer, you have to load
Yeah, it's a
single
whole
player.
thing.
Yeah.
And to...
You're reminding me of our earlier discussion. I gotta say, my least favorite game for the pet peeve we talked about where the button does everything is Borderlands, where X picks up stuff, but X also picks it up and equips it if you hold it like 1/10 of a second longer. I know it's longer than that, but it feels like 1/10 of a second.
Also, when like you kill a boss and it explodes and there's loot everywhere, you hold X to pick up, there's like iridium and like money and stuff. You hold X over a gun and you pick up the gun. You're like, I didn't pick any of this shit up. And then like 15 minutes later, you're looking for your like orange weapon. You're like, ah, fuck. And it's like all the way back.
You just got some piece of crap.
Yeah.
Yeah. Swap things out. Yeah, but the PS4 feature, what I thought was interesting about that when they announced it is that's a very cool feature, right?
That's really cool.
Who wouldn't want that? Who wouldn't want to purchase either on your PC at work or on your smartphone?
Do you need like an app or anything for that, or you just do it through like?
I don't know.
Okay.
They specifically said smartphone, but I'm assuming anywhere you order it, it'll be tied to your PSN account.
That's so cool.
It probably will be an app.
It wakes up your console and then it downloads.
Yeah, like I've seen like a PlayStation version of Smart Glass.
Yeah.
Unless one exists.
My issue with Smart Glass, it takes too long to connect. I would use it all the time if I could just be like, doop, doop.
Yeah.
But there's that 15 seconds or so.
Yeah, that's a long time.
And that is a long time. It sounds dumb. Like 5 years ago, I'd have been a prick for saying it, but that's way too long for something that they want you to use all the time.
Yeah.
I'm hoping control your Xbox with.
Hoping Microsoft is like, hey, Smart Glass can do that too.
Yeah.
At some point.
But to me, the interesting thing about that feature they announced is not what they said, but once again, what Sony's doing very well, what they didn't say. But if I have a smartphone and I connect and it wakes up my PS4 at home, guess what that says about my PS4 at home? That it's online. That it's home and it's sitting online.
Yeah.
And that there's some way to connect to it and bring it out of sleep mode and have it download the game.
Yeah.
And that's a really cool feature. But what does Sony do? They tell you what the cool feature is. They don't start off by saying, oh, and your PlayStation 4, since it's online, will be woken up by the service and do it. They don't say that. You have to make that mental connection yourself. They're telling you what the cool feature is, and they're not telling you what the restriction is that leads to the cool feature.
It's clever.
Yeah.
It's clever how much power there is in what you don't say.
Right. And it's like then people who are excited about the feature can be excited about it, and then people who don't give a crap about it just go, well, whatever, that's not for me.
Yeah.
As opposed to Microsoft telling people they have to be online or requiring that you check in, every so often, even if you're not using these features.
That was a silly thing they did. I mean, it didn't affect me, so
didn't affect me.
It didn't bother me.
Yeah, but it is douchey.
But it's like, just because it doesn't affect me doesn't mean it bothers hundreds of people, thousands of people,
and we're
hundreds of
really
thousands.
quite different to most people.
Yeah, we're always connected at work and at home.
Yeah, we live in an area where internet is the bomb.
I know somebody who lives in the middle of Arizona in like a desert, and he just got a cell phone. He's like 19 years old. He's like, yeah, this has reception. He has to drive 45 minutes to get anywhere. It's like, these places exist.
Yeah, it's better to cater for those than for us.
I'm glad they fixed everything.
The internet may get to this point in the U.S., but having access to the telephone network is a basic human right, essentially.
Yeah.
And there's an equal access fund for that, meaning I knew a guy who had a ranch in West Texas, and he paid $60 to install his phone line, just like anybody else would, even somebody in downtown Houston. He paid the same amount as that person, even though it cost the phone company like $25,000 to install his line. To run all that
it's like
cable.
a government thing.
Yeah, well, if you had a
American-
phone bill, I would tell you to look at your phone bill, but it actually has an equal access service charge. Like everybody in the U.S. pays $3 a month into that fund so that everybody can have equal access.
That's smart.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, it depends on how you look at it. I wish it existed now more so for data services than it did for telephone, but it just takes a while for the government to catch up on stuff like
Well, I
that.
imagine it's more for emergency stuff, right? Everyone needs to be able to call 911.
No, I think it's a commitment to technology that we're going to move forward, and we're going to, the phone is the biggest network in the world, the phone network.
That's also a charge on my phone bill, though. It's like 911 services and stuff. That's like a separately billed, well, it's included, but they actually...
You ever feel obligated just to call it to get your money's worth?
Yeah. How you guys doing?
It's like using up all your
Slow
vacation
day.
days. It's like, I haven't had an emergency this year.
But Xbox also just put out an update, the Xbox Live platform, put out an update to get rid of points. They're not doing points anymore.
Fun fact, my account still doesn't work.
Still?
So, there's that.
So look, this is the point. You say that you don't much care about checking in online and having an online active console. You like that. But you have an ongoing problem.
I didn't think he said he liked it, just that it doesn't bother him.
But he said it doesn't affect him, but it does affect you because online services, you're having these ongoing issues with not being able to purchase things online.
Yeah, my account's locked.
You can go into a store with your locked account. You can go into a store, buy a copy of Remember Me, go home and play it, but you can't digitally buy it.
It's true.
So what happens to you if the retail version doesn't exist? If Remember Me doesn't exist?
I'm stuffed. I would do what Microsoft technical support told me to do and create a new account and do that way.
Really? And you would just like forego all your
Yeah, I'm not going to do it.
gamer score and all that?
I don't care.
And all your
I mean,
history?
I care, but I'm like, you get annoyed with something for so long that then you're not annoyed anymore.
You just get
It's
adjusted
just a part
to
of my
it.
life. It's like, I can't buy anything like this. Like,
This is the life I
That's a
chose.
shitty part.
I'll wait for it to be on Netflix if it's a movie.
I'm surprised it took him that long though to move to real currency. Like, Sony's had it the whole time. I think. I
Right.
think Nintendo still has. Do they have real money, or is it like some kind of currency? I'm not even sure.
On my 3DS,
Nintendo, you
Oh
fund
yeah,
an
on my
account.
3DS, it's actual
I bought
money.
money with
Okay.
it, yeah.
So
Yeah.
Microsoft's the last one. It's like the hell took so long.
Yeah.
What do you play on 3DS? Because I've never seen you with a 3DS in your hands.
He played
fun.
Pokemon for a while.
No.
Yeah.
You, did?
You got to
played
the
Pokemon, that's right.
yeah. He got to the 8th gym and got destroyed, and he just retired.
Oh, really? That means nothing to me.
Yeah.
8th gym, congratulations.
It's like getting to like the final boss and just dying over and over again and just stopping.
I got rid of hypnosis on my Haunter and
That was a rookie mistake.
can't put anything to sleep. It's really screwed me up.
Bernie, you got to keep hypnosis on Haunter.
It makes sense. I would
Gotta put your Pokemon to
fucking
sleep.
Rookie mistake, dude.
Yeah,
Rookie.
see, he knows. The
Garbage.
Pokemans.
The fuck you doing, man? You gotta,
Pokemans.
you gotta get those Pokemans prepared to fight other Pokemans.
There you go.
Otherwise, what are you
Speaking
gonna do?
of
You
the
collect a
marketplace
none. That'd
for a
be the
minute,
worst.
and
You collect none of them.
not Pokemon. Payday came out digitally already. The retail game, I believe, is $40, and the digital download version is $5 cheaper, which I thought was pretty cool.
And hey, I gotta point out too, when we make fun of Nintendo for some of the stupid stuff they do, they also do stuff that
They
I
do
really like.
genius stuff.
They do digital delivery of video games. They do it a week before for some titles.
Yeah.
They release them early on digital, and they're cheaper. So they're like pricing them competitively.
So that's like an FU to GameStop.
Why specifically? Why does it have to be GameStop?
Because I don't know any other game
Because
company
that's the
in this
number
country.
one.
Yeah.
I mean, there's a GameStop managers
when-
conference where they all get free stuff. I imagine they're the biggest game store.
but is
When
that
you
what-
say Game Store in America, it's GameStop. I assume in Europe it's Game.
But
Yeah,
it's
well,
interesting.
we don't
Like
really-
anytime we made a progression, other
Unless I
things
think
like
it's
when
game.
Apple made the iPod, it wasn't like an FU to Tower Records or Sound Warehouse or Hastings. You know, it wasn't FU. It's like this is just we deliver things this way for people who want to do it. you
How
know?
is that not? How
Do you consider Steam to be an FU to GameStop, Steam, or Walmart, or is it
there's
just like
there's no hardware there.
what do you mean?
The GameStop have to sell the consoles, and then it's just like you're not going to have to buy the games here though.
Oh, you mean GameStop sells the 3DS
Yeah.
but then doesn't sell the games?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, what I'm saying is why single out just GameStop? You know what I mean?
Because it's
just
literally
the
'cause I
go-to,
hadn't
yeah.
heard of any other one.
In
Yeah,
all-
in Europe we have Game, but they all, I like most of them closed
Oh,
down.
really?
I don't know where a Game
Walmart
is.
and Best Buy and everything else.
We have
I mean,
HMV and stuff.
listen, I get it. I
Yeah.
get what you're saying. I know GameStop always comes up in these discussions because
The whole
they're-
trade game.
the whole they'll
used
use
games
games
and people
thing,
get mad.
and everything that's geared towards digital delivery of games. It seems to me that everyone thinks it's like a counter to use games, whereas not necessarily the case. I mean, PC games went all digital,
Yeah,
and it
for the
wasn't
most
just to
part.
fight the used PC market.
Well,
was it?
I was referring
can't-
to.
No one thinks that way, at least.
I was referring to the early thing though.
Well, PC Master Race, Bernie.
I listen. I like PC. You're not gonna catch me.
The fact that
making
it's
fun of it.
the
I've
fact
been
that it's
playing my PC
early,
a lot recently.
the fact that it's digital early means that probably less people will buy in the store.
Oh, cool. But you do run into problems too, where this week Sony. We talked about this on the podcast. Sony on the PSN leaked GTA 5.
Yeah, that's
What-
a thing.
Did they leak the full game? Because I'm getting conflicting reports where I read it.
Jeff and I were talking about it. He said that if you downloaded, I think it was like the collector's edition or something, like they sent you like a text file of like the story or
Why?
something. I don't know. Like why is that a thing? Also, why would you look at that? Besides that you're an asshole.
Yeah.
And now everyone's totally on guard for GTA 5 spoilers. Everyone's worried about it.
Spoilers in GTA 5, they don't bother me. Like if it was Halo, the ending to that, I'd be sad. But
Yeah.
what was the story of GTA 4? What happened at the end of GTA 4?
You killed the guy that killed Roman.
Spoiler, by the way. If you haven't played GTA 4, I remember somebody who's playing GTA 4
Listen,
right
you
now.
have 2 weeks. I give
Oh,
2
so
weeks.
you let Roman die?
Yeah, he sucks.
Yeah. I
So-
think I saved him.
Nah.
I don't remember the story at all,
No.
to be honest.
I have to admit, I don't.
I remember
either.
little Jacob.
He was cool.
There you go.
Now, I remember,
Multiply, yeah.
I remember the character that
not a
everybody
swear,
liked
right?
that I
Nah.
hated. What's his name? Dickie? What's the...
Brucey.
Dickie
Brucey.
bitch.
Dickie.
Brucey, Dickie bitch. There you go. It was Brucey, yeah. I remember that character. Everyone liked that character a lot, and every mission with that guy, he just, like, voice
Same.
actor and that character just annoyed the shit out of me. I couldn't help it.
But with GTA 5, like, you can't play multiplayer for 2 weeks, so you're gonna play the story.
I like that.
That's actually
You like that?
pretty
I
good.
like
I
that
don't
a
like
lot.
that at all.
I wish almost every game
I mean,
was
I
that
understand
way.
why they're doing it, but it still
I don't know.
sucks.
I mean, I wish there was a delay. 2 weeks, obviously, I would finish Halo in a night. But a delay for multiplayer, I kind of like that. I don't know, something about it. I can't put my
How
finger
about
on
you
it.
can't play multiplayer until you finish single player?
No, I wouldn't want to do that. People can play the games however they want to. But I like
You're
the
gonna finish
idea
the game in 2 weeks.
Yeah, I mean, there's Bruce.
Don't
right
get me
there.
wrong, like, it's your buddy right there.
So you're saying-
What does that mean on his left hip? Pec. It's a pec. Pectoral muscle, right?
Tribal. So you're saying that you should be able to unlock the multiplayer if you've beaten. Is that just in the first
I'm
2
just-
weeks? You're saying that, or like overall?
I just think I think it should be available at all times. I'm just
Yeah.
saying, like, to counter his thing, like, why wait 2 weeks? Say you finish the story for Grand Theft Auto 5 and you're done with it in a week, and you want to play multiplayer and you gotta wait. Like, that kind of sucks.
Yeah. And I also get it. Like, I mean, for some reason, I like it because it fits the way I game,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
And that's the thing everyone does in the gaming industry and in the market is that when something matches the way you do it, you like it, and when it doesn't, you're like, fuck it, I hate
Yeah.
this. Yeah.
You gotta think about everybody, Bernie.
I'm always surprised when I get on to Halo and I look at other people's service records. There are people who have 130 as their level in Halo, and they haven't completed the campaign.
Yeah.
On
There's people like that
single
now.
player.
The game's been out for 10 months.
Yeah.
9, 10 months. Like, you haven't gone and played the story?
They won't do it.
That's great. Not even a co-op? It's weird.
They're not even interested.
A lot
in
of
it.
people don't know
Yeah.
the story.
But I mean, people, like, not everybody's a completionist in Grand Theft Auto. People speed run through the story, be done with it, and you figure it's a long
There's an
story, like 10,
achievement
10, 15 hours.
There's an achievement for doing it under 30 hours in GTA
Yeah,
4.
that was generous.
I did it in 19.
Yeah.
You know what I'm surprised more companies don't do, developers don't do, is that they, once again, let's go back to talking about what we were saying before, is it's always better to incent people to do what you want as opposed to requiring them to do it.
Yeah.
And I just said that, so GTA 5 kind of requires you to play single player. It doesn't really, you can always wait
Yeah.
to buy it, but essentially by delaying multiplayer, they're requiring you to play single player. And if they actually did lock it and you had to unlock it, I would hate that. I
Yeah.
can tell you I'd hate that. But it would be cool if, like,
Yeah, that'd be pretty dope.
you could carry over your single player experience into multiplayer. Like, you show up at level 10 or
Yeah.
something like that.
Well, I mean, in multiplayer, there's an achievement to get to level 100. So I'm not sure if... And in single player, you can level up, but they're different characters, I think? I don't know. It would
Yeah.
be cool, though.
Yeah.
It would be cool.
They need to fix one thing.
What's that?
When you press Y to get in your car, it needs to get in the car.
Well, they
and
gotta do
not
the whole
walk
animation.
around all the other cars to get to the other
That's what I
door.
like about Saints,
Saints
Row.
Row.
You hold left bumper and Y, you do like, you jump through the window.
Yeah, it's
Completely
dumb.
unrealistic.
It's dumb, but boy, is it helpful.
You get in the car in like a second.
Yeah.
Another pet peeve while we're talking about stuff like a button that does everything, another pet peeve I have is when there's a short animation in the game, but it plays that animation every time you do something. And Rockstar's one of the worst about it. Like getting into a car,
Yep.
watching that animation again and again, I'm just like, I'm done with this. I want to jump through the window like in Saints Row. In Red Dead, it was when you skin an animal.
Oh,
that whole
yeah,
animation,
yeah,
it's
yeah.
like, I've seen this, I gotta be able to skip this.
For people who speedrun Grand Theft Auto games, one of the big things they do is they knock the driver door off. They drive into a wall. So instead of doing the whole open the door, get in animation, you just get in, and it saves
That's
you know,
genius.
a fraction of a second or whatever, but
Yeah.
that adds up.
I love speedruns.
Dude, they're great.
We were talking about Super Smash Brothers, and I think Super Smash Brothers Melee had a really good speedrun where the
Yeah.
guy just kicks
Does all that-
ass.
yeah.
He beat some levels in like 4 seconds. I really like Speed Demos Archive.
Yeah, Speedruns Live is also good. I just saw somebody break the world record for Jack and Daxter yesterday from
How long?
PlayStation 2. An hour and 16 minutes, I think. And that's
I
like
saw-
a long platforming
I saw a
game.
really impressive one for the first Max Payne, where he does it all in one run.
Yeah.
And it's literally like he's talking
Single
about
segment.
how he got like 12 levels in and just bollocksed it up, and he's like, oh, start right. At
That's
the
why I
beginning.
don't think I could ever do it. I don't
Yeah.
have the patience
And
or
it's-
the
he's
skill.
literally like running sideways and rolling because
Yeah.
that's faster. So he can't even see where he's going. He's like rolling around doorways, going like.
That's just
rolling
like
around
in
this.
Legend of Zelda. It's faster, sometimes faster to roll. In Ocarina of Time, it's faster to sidestep.
Yeah.
Just any way to save
it's
time.
so funny
it's
how
great.
people just save shards in seconds.
It's hard to watch a speedrun. Some guy get like an hour in, and then he messes up something. He's like, all right, gonna restart. I could not do that.
Yeah.
I'd be like, I'm done.
Yeah,
Yep.
there was an audio commentary on the Max Payne one. He's like, I probably tried like 1,200 times in months and months. It's like, why?
Yeah.
Why?
Dedicated to their craft,
Yeah.
man.
Remind me after I read this, I want
Yeah.
to talk to you about the game I'm currently playing now to fix an achievement problem that
Okay.
I have. But I want to remind our audience that this show is sponsored by Hulu Plus. Hulu Plus lets you binge on thousands of hit shows anytime, anywhere on your TV, PC, smartphone, or tablet. Support the Rooster Teeth patch and get an extended free trial of Hulu Plus when you go to huluplus.com/roosterteeth. That's huluplus.com/roosterteeth. I remind everybody too that Hulu has a gaming section of the website where they post gaming trailers, and especially after Gamescom, which was it last week, and now PAX.
Yeah, 2 weeks
There's
ago.
Gamescom last week. Right now is GameStop's Expo in Vegas, and then tomorrow is PAX, or the day after
The day
tomorrow.
after is PAX.
Man, this stuff is all getting so stacked up. It's unbelievable. But there's a lot of releases going on right now.
Yeah.
A lot of trailers coming out. They just released a new trailer for something. Let me see if this is on Hulu Plus.
I have that pre-order.
What's that?
Something.
No, nice.
No, stop it.
I have the collector's edition.
How dare you?
Collect
How dare
something,
you.
it's called.
No, I saw. I'm gonna see if it's on here because I know Hulu carries trailers as well. There's a. Have you guys seen the trailer for Gravity?
Gravity.
The George Clooney.
Sandra Bullock.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I saw that while...
I saw
was
like
it
what looked like not a
I
trailer.
was watching The World's End, and that was like a preview for it.
Yeah.
I
Right now,
got scared.
top game
Something about
trailers-
space is terrifying.
I know it's
I would
awful.
never-
Isn't it?
Just the fact of just like floating away, I would never go.
What do you think? Where do you think, like, on the list of potential astronauts does Gavin fall? Like,
What, you mean
it's in the billions, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, come
Are
on.
you like top 50%
I would
of like
do
the total world population?
I would do experiments.
You really would.
I just want to do the experiments. I don't want to go into space.
I would do slow-mo guys in space.
Oh my God! You do have to admit though, Gavin in space is way better than Gavin in Mission Control.
Yeah.
It's like I pull left.
What kind of impression is that?
It's a very accurate impression.
That's
you make
scientist,
noises
Gavin.
and push buttons at your desk.
That's exactly what you do. You make noise like ah.
When are we doing the vomit comet?
Oh yeah. Well, that's if we can get. We're working on a sponsor to do something for that. That'd be fun. But that the Vomit Comet is the plane that flies in the parabolic arc and simulates like zero gravity.
Fuck
and yeah.
What's wrong with the ground? Just stay on the ground.
You see the ground every day.
Yeah, it's safe here.
It's boring.
Parabolic arm. What? Stay on the. Just go to bed.
Stay on the earth.
Stay on the earth.
We stay grounded.
Yeah.
Okay, so this game that I'm playing. Look at this. That's how the plane flies.
There you go.
And you get a parabolic arc, and you get 0 G.
that
Is that 32,000? Oh, jeez.
That looks like the same graph as the Uncanny Valley, except upside down.
Yeah. So when you're floating, everyone looks unrealistic, but barely. Okay, so this game I'm playing, I went
Yeah.
back because I have a gamer score now that ends in 9.
That.
It bugs me. It bugs me.
What's yours ended? 0?
Mine's ends in 0. It ended in like a weird number for a long time. I had to go back to the game and
I
finish
think
it.
mine ends in a 3.
If it doesn't end in 5 or 0, it's weird.
Mine
Is it?
got
It's
screwed
uneven.
up. Mine got screwed by Brawl.
Mine's got screwed up from a game called Viking, and I had to go back and finish it a year later because it bothered me.
Mine got screwed up by a Crash Bandicoot game called Crash of the Titans. And I know because I scrolled back down till I found the one that was not a 5 or a 0,
Yeah.
and I found it, and that's the one. So if anyone can tweet to me and tell me an achievement that will give me either 1 point
I can tell you.
or 6 points easily, that would be great.
In DJ Hero, you get 1 gamer score, I think, for either finishing the tutorial or just finishing a song.
I'd rather put up with the...
And Forza Motorsport, if you buy all the, I forgot what country's cars, but there's like 2 cars, you buy them, and you get 1 gamer score.
Yeah?
Yeah.
All right.
It's gonna look weird on your card.
Who the
though.
hell has DJ Hero? Do you have DJ Hero?
No.
Do we have a controller for DJ Hero
I
here?
think we do.
I had the game and the controller. I don't think I ever put it in.
Really?
Yeah. I
Played
know
at
why.
GameStop a little bit. It was pretty cool.
I gotta get 1 point. I gotta
Yeah.
figure it out. Can you
Why
play
don't I go
without
back-
the controller?
I don't believe so.
Aye.
Why don't you go back to Crash Bandicoot?
Dude, that's what I'm trying to do
Oh.
right now. I can't believe how hard that stupid game is, man. It's like
Why
you
would
said.
you play a Crash Bandicoot game that's not on the PlayStation? Or
I don't-
PlayStation 2?
Because I was primarily until I bought a PS3, I was primarily an Xbox and PC gamer. And
fair enough.
here's a title that came out on the Xbox that was a PC title. This is
What?
like 5 years ago.
What is a bandicoot?
It's like a orange
There you
man
go.
animal.
Go ahead. That's it.
It's an
Go
orange
ahead.
animal.
Do they have them in this country?
Tell
Or is
them,
it-
tell
Yeah,
them.
it's the national animal of fucking
Speak
Kentucky.
it. Speak
yeah.
it. Go. There you go.
I'm looking out for you, Kentucky. I have no
It's
idea what it
an
says.
orange
See, 'cause
animal
I-
thing that is the national animal of Kentucky.
You're welcome.
And it can spin, and sometimes has a floating
Yeah.
tiki mask.
I'll look it up here for you on Bandicoot.
I forgot the
It's
name.
probably
of
like
it.
Wikipedia.
It's probably like a Wolverine or something that's really cool in comics, and then it's like a dweeby little. Like
I don't know. He
mole.
looks cool. He was a mascot for Sony for a while.
Yeah.
I think.
Bandicoots are a group of about 20 species of small to medium-sized terrestrial marsupial omnivores found primarily in Kentucky. No. They're endemic to Australia.
That's
Yeah.
why I've
See, I
never
was
seen
close.
one.
Kentucky, Australia. Ever
It
been
looks
there?
rough.
Look, it's a mouse.
It looks nothing like Crash
That's
Bandicoot.
Bloody
not Crash
Bandicoot.
Bandicoot at all. That's a mouse.
That is such a lie. Actually, that does well.
No, it
No, it
doesn't.
doesn't.
Shut up.
No, it doesn't. It really, really doesn't.
So
So I gotta get through, and I gotta get.
You can do it.
I gotta collect all the animal skins I don't know what that means.
Good luck, man. You can do it.
Yeah,
Make a guide.
all the different costumes.
Is there a page somewhere that just shows obscure gamer score?
There is. I
There
looked
is.
it up.
Oh, yeah?
And I knew about the DJ Hero one, but it doesn't tell you like how easy they are. I want one that's just like hit start in
Someone's
Simpsons to get
already-
1 point.
Somebody's done this already. This is a common problem.
The problem that's going to come up is that I'm going to have to put in a game I've never played before.
Yep.
I'm going to get a 1 point achievement. Then I'm going to have on my gamer history now.
Yeah, that would bother me.
It would bother me. It's going to bother me
One
too.
out of 100, one achievement out of 50. I'd be like,
Yeah.
gotta start.
How
New
about
count.
just one gamer score? That's what you have on that game.
That would bother me.
Would one of the worst things to happen to you, like say I took your gamer tag, and I just played a bunch of games and
That's a
got one
fear
off?
for me.
Is that actually something
Yeah.
that would suck?
That
for
would
you?
be harmful to Red.
That would
Yeah.
kill me on the inside.
But
My,
you've already-
my account is password protected twice because of that.
You've already boned yourself with so many games, though, haven't you?
Yeah,
from the
but I've
past?
tried to fix that.
What is the worst thing we could do? Just so we know, like we could load
If
up like
I
a bunch
somehow-
of NCAA games.
Just checking my pocket. If you got a hold of my account and my password and you went to the wall of games and played a lot of games that you can get an achievement in like a second
Yeah.
for like doing the tutorial, and you just like stack them on top of each other.
I can't think of anything to
That
do
would
to you
drive
would
me-
make you more. I imagine I could slaughter your entire family, and that would
No,
somehow
because
not
I
be
get
as
new
bad.
family. I can't get.
Probably not.
That's a little extreme.
Things escalated really
When
quickly.
you go on our
You play
game wall,
Bayonetta, or I could slaughter your entire family. Which would
when you go
prefer?
on the game wall, I have it alphabetized because when I worked at GameStop, everything would be alphabetized. When you move something, even if it's like Madden 12 before Madden 13, I want to.
Sometimes
go ape shit.
I mess with Ray. I just walk up to him and I say, I moved one.
I will look at the wall for like 5
I
minutes.
think what I did last time, I put Saints Row 4 behind Saints Row 3, so the naked eye wouldn't track it immediately.
I went in there when you first did that, when you
Yeah.
organized that shelf. I went in there and I was sitting there looking at it, and Ray's desk is right there next to the game shelf, and he's working away on
Yeah.
something. And it's wow, this is really impressive. He goes, yep, I did it. I go, it's always easier than people think. He goes, yep, doesn't take much time. It's worth it. It's great. And then I said, what happens when you, because he's put them all the way to the edges of the shelf, made them all flush. I said, what happens if you buy a game in the middle? And he goes, I don't want to talk about it.
You gotta move the whole thing. It sucks.
he's like, let's let this go,
Or
please.
just take out the first A and shove them
Yeah.
all that way.
Somebody online, Jesse McDade, just sent me his gamer score, and he's got a 50,001 gamer score.
Man,
Look at that. That's an OCD nightmare right there, buddy.
why?
Although I shouldn't say OCD. Everyone uses OCD.
Something
but-
like that, I'm pretty like, it bothers me.
Yeah.
Yeah. I just, this Crash Bandicoot game is like,
You gotta finish it.
I gotta finish it. So, and I had to finish
You'll
it.
get a completion, it's all even, it's nice and perfect.
Exactly right.
So you don't like stealth games, but I
No.
think Splinter Cell is the best one of the series to do non-stealth.
Yeah.
Like, and also, what you can do is you can save it. Like in previous games, once you piss everyone off, you're
Yeah, I
kinda
remember
screwed.
I remember the original Splinter Cell. I think if you set off 3 alarms, the mission was over.
Right, yeah.
That was the first Splinter Cell. Obviously,
Do
it was
one
the first one
more
I
of them
played.
and you're out.
And I'm like, I couldn't get past the second level. I'm like,
Yeah.
fuck this.
But I'm amazed at how much I'm able to save it. So there was one bit where there's a certain set of missions where if you disturb anyone, it's game over.
Yeah.
And I was right at the end. I was peeking under a door.
Yeah.
And a dog started like sniffing the camera. So I was like, oh Jesus. So I went to get out, accidentally tapped X, kicked the door open. The dog went flying into a dude who was like way over there.
Yeah.
And he was like, huh? And I was like, oh. I was like running around, picked up the dog, threw it out the window, jumped out the window myself, and I was like, that's.
I would
Can you imagine
want
that?
to watch that movie. I want to see that spy movie.
Well, that's just like Metal Gear Solid, like the AI, right? The,
Because-
the question mark, the
Yeah.
and they look around.
Because
it's
if he
like,
discovered the
or
dog, he
exclamation
would have.
point.
You lose your bonus because if anyone's suspicious, they lose the thing.
Right.
But
Of course.
he was about to see the dog, so I was like, what? And I just ran and just chucked it. It was.
Were you playing on easy or anything like that?
No, I'm playing on the hardest difficulty.
Okay. Like a man.
But that moment of just like, whew,
Yeah.
everything's fine. There's a dog in the street. Everything's fine. And I went down and moved the dog. I think I threw it in the.
That's
in the
another
ocean.
thing. Like I don't like to hide bodies because that's like out of my way. Like
Yeah.
I knocked this guy out, but I know somebody's gonna come in. But I'm like, if I'm fast enough, he'll just discover him and won't find me, and I'll just be over here.
I love
can't-
that.
I can't.
love being able to do that. Yeah.
Run and gun.
Does it have the feature that the old Splinter Cell feature has when you're playing the spies and you grab somebody, you can whisper through their headset to them?
I don't know actually. I don't
That
know.
was always a
good idea.
really
well,
cool
can
feature.
you take hostages in the multiplayer? We haven't tried that.
I don't know. I mean,
I know in single player you can because there's an
the
achievement.
AI can take you as hostage and you can hit them and your partner will shoot them in the head and stuff
Okay.
like that. That was from the previous game.
Yeah.
But the physics, the engine that they're using, by far the best. What? What are you laughing at?
People are just now sending me their gamer scores.
Oh, yeah.
And they're just like,
If
some of
it's
them
not
are horrendous.
It's not
But
at
like
least at
the-
100,000. I'm not impressed.
Oh,
The transition, In Splinter Cell, the transition from a moving animated dude to a ragdoll dude is the best I've seen. Like, you shoot someone in the head
That
while
game looks good, too.
While they're running, it's like, "Whoa!" and a grenade goes off, they
Yeah.
do a front flip, and then it's ragdoll, and it's like seamless. Usually when you shoot a head, it's like,
Yeah.
My favorite death
Rainbow Six
animation is
Vegas 2
these
had good.
pirouette they do in Halo. When you're like running
Yeah.
across the canyon, you're all happy, and all of a sudden the snipe comes in, your character, camera backs out, and your character just goes like that, and then falls
Just
down.
falls.
Halo 1 had the laziest ragdoll. It wasn't even ragdoll. It was just
No.
like, you kind of land on a ledge and then smear slightly. It's like, ugh.
In which one?
Halo 1.
Oh, yeah.
If you die on like a slight
That was
angle.
OG Xbox, though, man.
You would like crumple and like spin in a circle. You'd look like your guy would go crump like that. I had to kill so many people for RVB.
Back to the gamer score thing for a minute. I think at this point in the 360's lifespan, you can get 100,000 gamer score if you were committed in less than a month.
Stop it.
Are you serious?
I guarantee you.
I
Yes.
So
lost-
the fact that I've got 45,000 in...
I lost
Yeah.
$1,000 to Jeff in a discussion
Yeah.
like this one
It's
time.
entirely possible.
Why don't you just be that guy for people? People hire you and you just play games for them.
So I have a real job.
Yeah.
You know what, though, I think, though, too, is like the achievement thing is really important to us.
Yeah.
And one of the major reasons that I used to decide to buy an Xbox One for the next generation was because I want to continue that gamer history and carry it
Yeah.
over. I wonder, though, if are we at a point now, since Xbox Live has been around so long and the achievement system has been around so long, that people are starting out now and they're like, there's no... almost like the scores have no meanings. Like, someone just starting out today with a 0, and they look at you have 380,000.
Yeah.
And that's, we did calculations today, so it was 371,000.
Yeah, I forgot the exact.
Yeah, so that's 371 fully completed games. That's the equivalent of that.
Yeah.
He probably has played way more
Yeah,
games
because
than that.
some arcade games are mixed in there. I'm at like 440.
And you have some uncompleted games, I'm
I have some
assuming.
uncompleted. I have a lot of them. How much money is that? I don't know. Thousands upon thousands of dollars. I'd have to
See,
guess.
that's the argument I always make about price differences in consoles, is that if one console is $50 cheaper than the other, it really is all about the software that's on it. Because at the end of once you have 10 games, you've invested $600 into the console. By the end of the generation, if you've played 100 games, you've invested $6,000 in software in a
crazy.
console. I mean,
Yeah.
it is crazy. It is crazy. But 100 games over 10 years,
Yeah,
not
I've
that
easily
much.
invested maybe tens of thousands of dollars on games over 8 years. Maybe that's a little much. Probably thousands of dollars, I'd say.
But you also
Yeah.
worked at a game store, right?
Yeah, I worked at
So you have a
GameStop.
few cheeky blags.
Yeah,
unlike Steam,
That-
where
that
I
was
have like 300 games, and I probably
yeah.
have
Steam, I
spent
only have like
a fraction of that.
6 games. Right now, I play Dive Kick on Steam and Hotline Miami.
What do you think of Dive Kick?
Dive Kick is phenomenal.
We played it in Versus.
It's
It was
so good.
It's a good
fun.
game.
It's amazing how tense it can be where it's
Really, another game
game.
that I'm upset's not on the 360. It's on the PS3, the Vita, and PC. So I got on PC. I just plug in a wired controller and use the triggers. It's a lot of fun.
So
Uh,
Dive Kick's on PSN,
Yes.
but not on Xbox Live.
Not. Yeah,
And-
I don't believe it's retail. I think it's PSN. And it's not on Xbox at all. It's on PC, PS3, and Vita.
You like Pain? You ever play Pain on PlayStation? That's a great downloadable
No.
title.
Isn't that when you slingshot the people?
Yeah, yeah, and then you
No, I've never
it's
played
just
it.
a ragdoll physics.
Ragdoll
game, basically, but you
physics,
try
yeah.
and smash as much stuff as possible.
But it's
we
fun.
played that together.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you could buy. It was one of those games. It was cheap entry point, but then by the time you bought
Yeah.
all the characters and everything, you were spending like $90 on a
Well,
downloadable
that's like
game.
I think it was more
Pinball
than that.
FX2, I think, on the 360.
Right.
It started
You
off
buy
as
with
just
tables.
like, you download it for free, and I think it comes with like a table, but then they're still releasing tables for that thing, and
Yeah.
it adds up, and it's like,
Are the achievements in tables that you have to buy?
yeah.
That makes sense.
But the good news is that like we're seeing a lot more, and probably pressure from Steam doing it so well and having summer sales and big sales where they
Yeah.
drop prices on games, and everybody goes nuts buying that stuff.
Well, some of the price, like 75% off or something like that. It's crazy.
Well, right now, Xbox Live is doing that with Rockstar. I guess leading up to GTA 5.
Yeah, that makes
They're
sense.
putting a bunch of Rockstar titles on sale.
Isn't Bully like $4 or something?
$374.
If you haven't played Bully for $374, that's one of my favorite games.
I bought it. I have
it
not
good?
played it.
It's really, really good. I liked it a lot.
Let me see if I can find this. So here's the deal. So Red Dead Redemption is going to be $15.
Is that the vanilla game or the
Vanilla
game?
game.
Okay.
And then Red Dead Redemption Undead Nightmare collection
Yeah.
is going to be $9.99. Max Payne's going to be $9.99. Max Payne 3 is going to be
Yeah.
$9.99. And then LA Noire is going to be $15. I never played LA Noire either, so.
I think LA Noire is the only, and Bully are the only Rockstar games I have all the achievements in. Their achievements are pretty brutal.
I don't have my info here of when this lasts to, but it's going to be for a little while. God, Bully came out in 2010. That game seems way older than that.
Really?
Well, wasn't it out earlier on
Yeah,
the
it was
PS2?
on the PS2, and I think the Xbox, and
It
it's
was just
kind of
called
like
something different though, wasn't it?
it was just called Bully. This
Oh, I
one's
see.
Bully
What?
Scholarship Edition.
It is.
Edition.
This is Bully Scholarship
I
Edition.
swear it had a different name.
No, it's just Bully.
Yeah, and it's like Sony's doing that too. They're dropping prices on stuff. We got to wrap up here,
All
but and the big thing that Sony's doing that I love is they're really pushing the envelope with the PS Plus members where they give away those titles.
Dude, the games they get for free are pretty fucking good.
They're awesome. Yeah,
We're
they're
getting
awesome.
free games on Xbox too. aren't
Yeah, but
They
we're
are,
getting.
but the games are like
Yeah, like they got
Crackdown.
They got the latest Hitman for free.
Uncharted 3
Uncharted
starting?
3. Yeah, they're getting
Yeah.
like
Oh, that's good
triple. Yeah.
stuff.
The window there is a lot shorter before it gets to free on PlayStation. I'm thinking
What's
that
the window of it being free?
usually a month is usually the games that last on there.
Yeah.
At least that's from what I've seen so far. I became a PS Plus member.
You getting a PS4?
Yeah, I'm pre-ordered.
PS4?
I'm gonna get a PS4, but I'm getting an Xbox One first, just because of work and for achievements. But I'm definitely gonna get one. I'm really
too.
excited about that phone thing. Like, it seems something so minor, but
So
it's
cool.
so cool.
It's really cool. Yeah, I mean, I almost wish that there was ways like you could update with games and push all that stuff out the phone. But Humble Origin bundle just reached $10 million.
That's the EA one, right? Yep.
The EA one,
Yeah.
they had like 10 titles in there.
Yeah.
They reached $10 million on that. Average price that people were playing for 10 games was $4.75.
Do you think that's because people hate EA? Because aren't they like usually higher for like indie bundles and stuff?
I don't know. Sometimes it's weird. Sometimes I wish consumers were a little longer sighted because people are like, wow, EA is now going to realize that they can make a lot of money by putting games on sale. 10 titles making $10 million doesn't mean shit to
Yeah.
EA. That's not going to move that
Dude,
needle
and-
at all. I mean, if they put out 10 titles for $10 million, they
There
would
were some
close
good
their
games. There
doors.
was like Crysis 2 was on there, I think. Dead Space was on there.
They had a bump pack where
Yeah.
if you paid more than the average price,
Yeah, they
which-
usually do that.
yeah, they gave you 4 other titles, and one of them was Populous, which was
Populous.
crazy. That game is like 1988, I think, is when that game came out. So that was crazy to see that title on there. But okay, if
We're
you
gonna
guys,
be at PAX.
yeah, we're gonna be at PAX. It's gonna be the 3 of us: Barbara, Gus, Jack, and Monty will also be there. Am I missing anybody?
I think that's everybody.
So come see us at our booth at PAX
Come and
in
say
Seattle
hi.
this weekend. We'll be there. And then if you know of any 1-point or 6-point achievements that I can get really, really quickly, please let me
them know.
I would love to know. You can send it to us on Twitter with #thepatch. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.
Bye.
See you at PAX.
I keep it player while some choose to play it safe. Watch check the resume, it's risky business in the AA. And I've been witness to this history.